Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Welcome to Paddy Freeman's Park. Right opposite the hospital there, lovely little spot this. Probably going to start raining, looking a bit grey. But we're here with the England kit on, it's the start of the Euros build-up week. Remember, I'll be hosting the Euros fans run at NX Newcastle. So if you want tickets for that, I'll whack in the description. I'm going to be joined by some Newcastle United and England legends. So stay tuned for that. As the excitement builds, or does it? Because after that Iceland game, it probably doesn't, because that was absolutely horrendous. But never know, tournament football, Southgate can put his finger out, Bellingham turns up, Kane turns up, Foden turns up, we may actually win the thing. But the lads have set off to Germany today, including obviously Newcastle United's Trippier and Anthony Gordon. Who hasn't travelled though, who got kicked out the squad, is James Trafford, and that's who we're going to talk about in this video, because obviously we did one the other day about Trafford, the young England goalkeeper. He was part of Southgate's original squad, you know, with a 33-man one that was always likely to be chopped. So that's been cut down now. Trafford has been excluded because obviously he doesn't need four keepers, and Trafford's only 21 years old. He has obviously shined with England before, winning the Golden Glove and saving that penalty in the final against Spain for the under-21s and the rebound. He was the hero as the young three lines went on to win that tournament, with obviously Gordon starring as well. So now Eddie Howe and the Toon are looking at another young talent. These little baby ducklings, lovely stuff. I only got a cup of tea. Sorry, should have got a loaf. Anyways, so Trafford to Newcastle looks like it's going to happen, because late last night Fabrizio Romano dropping the news that personal terms have been agreed. So Newcastle have agreed terms with James Trafford. They just need to sort out a fee now with Burnley. So Newcastle are expected to come back in with another offer of around 15 to 16 million plus add-ons. Remember, Burnley paid 50 million for Trafford from Man City last summer in a deal worth up to 90 million. So an original 15 million payment rising to 19 or 20 with add-ons. So it looks like Newcastle are probably going to have to do something similar. I think they originally went in with a bid for around 13, 14 million. That got rebuffed. But there is talks ongoing between the Clarets and the Magpies to get this deal done. And it's likely it'll happen. Listen, if Trafford's agreed terms, Newcastle will be happy to pay that 15 rising to 20, you would imagine, because in this day and age, that doesn't get you much, does it, to be fair? What it does get you now, it's potential, I guess, because that's where we're going with this. And listen, I've said all along, you know, I wanted Mamadishvili from Valencia as the goalkeeper, because I think he's better than Pope and he goes straight in there, and he could potentially become one of the best keepers in the Premier League in Europe. That's why a lot of people want him from Valencia, the big Georgian shot stopper. However, Newcastle are obviously restricted by financial fair play, restricted by PSR rules, so we can't just go and splash the cash on 40, 50 million out for a keeper as well. We're obviously having to be a bit more stringent, having to be a bit more smart and intelligent with the fees. So they're thinking now probably, well, I'll tell you what, actually, if we can get Trafford in for 15 million, he can compete with Nick Pope and then learn off Pope, develop as a player since he is only 21, and then he can kick on from there, and he can go from number 2 to number 1 in the next couple of years, and then be Newcastle's mainstay in the net for the next decade or so. You know, if he's a keeper, he's 21, if you keep a hold of him, then he should have a long future ahead of him, really. So that's the way they're looking at it. I think they've went for a cheaper option, but obviously potential, and they want to get him in as soon as possible. He's likely to become Newcastle's first summer transfer signing, paid transfer signing, because we know of we know of Lloyd Kelly coming in on a free. So Kelly on a free is set to happen. That's set to be announced in July. I don't know why we can't announce it now, because Tosin got announced at Chelsea, the tosser. So why we can't announce Kelly is a bit strange. But obviously, you know, whether that's getting wrapped up, hopefully so, that's what we're hearing. So then in July that should be announced. But all eyes at the minute on that keeper position and on James Trafford. So let me know in the comments what you think of Trafford. Like I said, this is hard to judge the kid on a season at Burnley. I think he played 28 games last year for Burnley, started getting out of favour towards the end of it. They brought in that Muric or something like that. The second choice keeper was getting ahead of Trafford, so he's came in. A 21-year-old keeper in the Premier League can't be underestimated for me, because at 21 years old, Nick Pope was playing in League 2. So at 21 for a keeper, be playing in the Premier League is decent. Oh, the sun's coming out. Look at that. That's lovely, that. No more rain. That would be nice. So if we can get Trafford in, I think it's a smart deal. I think it's a deal with a lot of potential. It's a deal where it could work out very well in the end. It strikes us as one of those similarity ones where a lot of fans aren't pleased with it. They're not overly keen on it. They're a bit underwhelmed by it. Similar to Anthony Gordon. That's what it's reminding me of. And we're saying Gordon and his goals and assist record at Goodison Park wasn't fantastic by any means. People are like, what, 40 million for him? What? Nah, anyway. I always back Gordon, to be fair, like, so you can go back and look at it. I back Gordon. I think he's class. I said at the time he's gonna be a great signing. On this one though, I can't say that. I haven't seen enough of Trafford. I'd seen glimpses of Gordon. I'd seen him at the under-21s for England. I'd seen him, do it for Everton. I remember when he was, I think, with the big money move to Chelsea. So there was stuff there. So for me, with Trafford, I haven't seen it. Yes, he's obviously highly rated from Man City, highly rated from England youth, but we haven't seen it enough in the Premier League. But I tell you what, under Eddie Howe, under the coaches, he should get better. He should improve, and he can compete with Nick Pope. We just got to hope that Nick Pope's shoulder injury and that doesn't come back to haunt him, and he isn't going to get done with more issues, with more injuries or whatnot, because then that would be knackered, and then we have to chuck Trafford in the deep end, a young keeper. That could be a cause for concern. But listen, he does have a bit of Premier League experience. Let's hope we can get the best out of him, but let's back him. He looks very likely that Trafford will become the tune, so let's back him. Personal terms agreed. Transfer fee set to be agreed as well, with Burnley as Newcastle are happy to negotiate and get closer to their asking price of 15, rising to 19, 20 in add-ons. Pretty much exactly the money back that they bought from Man City last summer. Man City are also due to get 20% of this deal as well, so the rich get richer. You know what I mean? So there's Trafford. Just quickly on Longstaff, I'm going to talk about this in more depth tomorrow night. Remember, live podcast every Tuesday on the Magpie Channel TV at 7 p.m. Quickly on Longstaff, he's been linked with a move to Leicester. Remember, follow us on socials as well if you don't already at the Magpie Channel. We posted this yesterday. Longstaff's linked with a move to Leicester. The newly promoted Foxes are eyeing up a £15 million deal for the Geordie midfielder. Now, I want to know as well, because this got a lot of traction, a lot of comments, mixed bag on our social media. Would you keep or sell Longstaff, and is he worth 50 million or more? Because I've seen people, this is how mixed it is on the posts, people are saying, I'd sell him at 15, I'll drive him there myself. Maybe that's a great deal. And some people are saying, I want 20 odd million for him, he's worth 30 in this day and age, England midfielder. You can get him carried away there, but I think 15 million is a fair price. I think if you get 20, that would be spot on, but 15 million for Longstaff. In his last year as well, that's what people are forgetting. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. So the club now are at loggerheads where there's a big decision to be made. Do you cash in on him, take the 15? Do you take the hit, keep him, and then let him go for free next summer? That would be the worst option. Or give him a new deal, but then do you really want to tie him down to another 4-year deal on big wages again? And then he's going to be on the bench. Because for me, Longstaff, he's not starting next season. Tonali's back. He's lucky to get off the bench next season for me. If Willock's back, Miley's developing, Eddie Anderson's there. Longstaff's not even getting off the bench for me in most games. If we had Europe, maybe it'd be a different story. You think keep him, but for me, I would sell Longstaff at 15 million. I really would. I think that's an alright deal. Obviously, we'll get more from FFP as well because he's a homegrown player, so we'll benefit more from amortisation, and the whole package financially would really benefit us going forward. So, and then you've essentially got Trafford for free with a bit more, and then there's more budget to go and get that right winger that we need and the centre back that we need. I know we're getting Kelly, but do we get another one? So we'll wait and see on that one. But Longstaff to Leicester, 15 million. Don't know if it'll happen. Like, this is just the rumour that came out yesterday. It was the Mirror or the Mail, so we'll see. But Newcastle are willing to listen to offers for the likes of Longstaff, Almiron, Wilson, maybe even Trippier. So wait and see. Busy summer ahead. Let me know in the comments, people, what you think of today's video. Subscribe to my channel TV and enjoy yourself.